Good morning. We are here again for a nice mandala flow. So we're going to go around the mat all the way around. It's a little bit shorter. So just gauging based on this, you can remember to take any of the 60-minute flows and turn them into 45 or even a 30-minute flow just by chopping them up. So quick reminder before we get started that we are not going to have class on Wednesday. We're going to have class on Friday instead. So no class Wednesday, yes, class Friday. All right, coming on to our back. We're coming into Supta Baddha Konasana just as usual. Soles of the feet together, knees come out to the side. Making yourself nice and comfortable. The heels of the feet can be as close or as far from the body as it feels good. Taking either one hand to the belly or both hands to the belly, one hand to the chest, one hand on the heart if you have one hand on the belly. Taking our 3 deep cleansing breaths. So inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth, inhaling through the nose. Take a really deep inhale. Expand the chest, expand the diaphragm, and then let it all go through the mouth. Last cleansing breath here, inhaling through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Now taking your breath, shorter inhales than your exhales. So don't shorten your inhale, just make the exhale a little bit longer. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose, trying to find our nice rhythm. As you're here, pay attention to your body, feel your body, figure out what you're feeling today, because every day is different. What are your strengths? What are your challenges? And remembering to adjust this practice to fit your needs and make it the safest practice for you. When you're ready, go ahead and take your hands to the outsides of your knees, pressing your knees back together. Come into a nice little tuck. Wrapping your arms around, grabbing your wrists, forearms, or elbows, whatever feels good. Maybe taking rolls side to side, massaging your spine. I just crunched completely all the way up and down my spine. This is why we do this. We warm up. We get ourselves ready for practice. Go ahead and come back to center. Take your hands behind your knees, and we're going to take our rolls up and down the mat. Again, doesn't have to look like anything, doesn't have to be anything. We're just warming up, getting ready. On your next roll up, go ahead and plant your hands, plant your feet, press your hip bones up, and step your feet back for your downward facing dog. And we're in our first downward facing dog. So the inner elbows are rotating out. You're maybe walking your dog, taking some motion in your heels and your hips. Whatever feels good. If you need a still downward facing dog, go ahead and be still. We're going to take one final breath here. So go ahead and find your still downward facing dog. Stretch in those feet and then walk your feet up toward your hands, taking them hip width distance apart. So you can take 2 fists, put them between your feet, and that's measuring about hip width distance apart if you need the help. I used to struggle with that all the time. Bend your knees, deep bend in the knees. Go ahead and release your arms or grab your elbows, whatever feels better. And we're going to ragdoll here for a few breaths. Make sure you wiggle your head so that you know your head is hanging. You might want to rock side to side. Just take a few breaths here to warm up our hamstrings, getting a nice first stretch, but making it gentle. Go ahead and come back to center, releasing your hands if you were holding your elbows. And slowly roll your body up to a standing position. Keeping a slight bend in those knees, You don't want to lock anything. We're just going to roll up slowly. Go ahead and roll your shoulders up, back, and down if that feels good. Bringing your big toes to touch, little gap in the ankles. Arms out to the side. We're coming into our Tadasana. Crown of the head extends to the sky. Tailbone tucks a little bit, pointing down to the floor. Take a moment here to set your one final breath here. And as you release that breath, go ahead and release that intention. Coming into our practice, have a great practice. Sweep your arms up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Plant your hands as you exhale, step your right foot back. Inhale, sweep your left arm up, taking a nice twist, strong back leg. Exhale that left arm down, inhaling the right arm up, awkward side, keeping that strong back leg. It'll help you balance. Release your right arm down, step the left leg back to meet the right, drop the knees. Inhale, lift the chest, lift the tailbone. Exhale, squeeze the elbows in, drop the chin and chest, Ashtanga Namaskara. Slide the thighs back. Inhale, press yourself up as high as you like to go. I come up quite high. I use my hands. You don't have to. We're in Cobra and we're exhaling, pressing back into Child's Pose. Just 2 breaths here. So inhaling for 1 and exhaling for 1. Inhale for 2 and exhale for 2. On your inhale, look to the front of the mat. Come back up into tabletop. Tuck your toes under, pressing your hips back into your downward facing dog. Look to the front of the mat. Step your right foot between your hands. Step your left foot between your hands. Come into a halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep your arms up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands. Step your left foot back this time. Sweeping your right arm up to the sky. Nice twist. Exhale, release that hand. Inhale, sweeping your left arm up. Strong back leg. Exhale, release that left hand down. Stepping your right foot back to meet your left. Coming onto your knees. Inhale, lift that chest, lift that tailbone. Exhale, squeeze the elbows in. Ashtanga Namaskara. Chin and chest come down. Thighs slide back, shoulders down the back, pressing up into Cobra on the inhale. Exhale, press yourself into Child's Pose. We're just here for 2 breaths. Inhaling for 1, exhaling for 1. Inhale for 2, exhale for 2. On your next inhale, press yourself up back to that tabletop. Go ahead and tuck your toes under. Exhale, press your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Stepping that left foot between the hands, right foot comes up to meet it. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up. And we're going to do one normal Surya Namaskar A, sun salutation A. So exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. This time you can plant your hands, you can step, float, or hop your feet back, whatever you're ready for. Coming through Chaturanga Dandasana, so not dropping our knees this time. Inhale, up dog, and then exhale, down dog. One breath here, so inhale for 1. Exhale for 1. Bend your knees, look to the front of the mat, step floater, hop your feet forward. This time we're starting our mandala. So we're going to breathe in and sweep our arms straight up into chair. Exhale to ground, pressing those hips back. Make sure the knees are aligned. You can see all 10 toes. We're just here for 1 breath. You're probably on your exhale. From here, bring your hands to heart center, shift your weight to the right foot, and we are slowly going to transition through warrior three, but we're going to keep going, dropping our left foot back, opening it up into our warrior two. We're just here for one breath. Remember, the first round, we're just introducing the poses. So we've had chair, we're now in warrior two. From warrior two, we're going to take it up a notch. On your next exhale, go ahead and shift your body weight over that right leg, bringing your right hand down to the ground. We're coming into half moon. So right away, we are shifting our body weight, balancing our left leg up. You can take a block in front of you. It'll make it easier to lift yourself up, opening your left hip and possibly lifting your left arm up to the sky. Just here for one breath. And exhale. Go ahead and release your hand down to the ground. Releasing your left hand down, releasing your left foot back. So we're in this nice low lunge. We're going to rotate ourselves, staying low to the back of the mat. Go ahead and drop your right knee down, and we're coming into half split. So straighten your left leg. You can take your hips all the way back to your heel. I don't find that's terribly comfortable. So I like to keep my hips over my knee. Inhale, lengthen the crown of the head, press the shoulders down. Exhale, forward fold over that left leg. Excuse me. Inhaling for one and exhaling for one. We're just 2 breaths here. So inhale for 2. Exhale for 2. From here, we're going to rebend that left knee, lift that right knee up, step our left foot back to meet our right, come through our vinyasa, high plank to low plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. So you know what to expect around here. Bend your knees, look to the front of the mat, step floater, hop yourself forward. We're going to inhale, coming into our chair pose. Excuse me, just making sure we're still running. He gave me a funny little message. So inhaling into chair pose. Exhale to ground. You've probably been here for more than that. We're going to take our modification, but before we do, go ahead and take a twist to the right, hooking that left elbow outside of that right knee. Inhaling back to chair. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhaling back to chair. And from here, you're going to go right away. This is a very quick transition. You're going to go right away, either planting your hands, taking it into crow, or into malasana. So squatters, malasana, we're going to go ahead and take our feet to the outside edges of the mat, dropping our tailbone down to the ground, pressing the elbows inside of those knees. Spine is long, tailbone extends down, crown of the head extends up. Hands are at heart center. If you transitioned into crow, your feet stayed together. Your hands came about 10 inches in front of those feet. You lifted your knees and you're pressing your body forward to let those knees come up. You can practice one leg. You can practice lifting yourself up one side at a time. So practice like this, shifting the body forward. Go ahead and switch legs if you lifted one leg, because we've got a final breath here. Go ahead and release down anybody who was in crow. We're going to lift our hips, walking our feet back together. We're coming back into our chair position. So inhale yourself to chair. Exhale, twist yourself to the right. Shifting your body weight to that right leg. We're going to slowly lift your left leg up. And remember, we're transitioning through warrior three to get to our next pose. But all we're going to do is come through this twisted warrior three. Slowly release your left hand back, your left foot back. Inhale to a high lunge. Exhale, and you're now in your warrior two. You did it. We're just here for a breath. Inhaling for one. Exhale for one. From here, remember, we're taking our half moon. So shift your body weight forward. You can take your left hand to your left hip. It'll help you balance a little bit to get up. Lifting that right leg, lifting with that right leg, keeping it strong, keeping that left leg straight and lifted. You can lift your left arm up to the sky, or you can go ahead and take the balance. Release both hands down to the ground if you lift them up, stepping your left leg back. All we're going to do is stay low, rotate your body back to the top of the mat, and we're halfway there. All we have to do is the left side now. So we're going to go ahead and take our plant our hands down to the ground, step our left foot back to meet our right. We're coming straight into downward facing dog. From here, we're going to open our hip. So lifting your right leg up to the sky for three-legged dog. Bend your right knee, looking under your left elbow. We're just going to open that hip. You can stay here. This just feels really good to me. I hope it's a good stretch for you. If you want to take it farther, drop that ball of the right foot behind the left leg, lifting the hips, extending the right arm over the right ear. One more breath. On the exhale, release your right hand back down, lifting that right leg up, releasing it as you come through your vinyasa. High plank to low plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. And you know what we're doing. We're coming through on the left side. So we're going to bend our knees. Step floater, hop yourself forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, coming into chair. Exhale to ground. Just here for a breath. Inhale for one. Exhale for one. Releasing our hands to heart center, shifting our body weight to the left side this time. We're coming through our warrior one to transition. So strong lifted back right leg, stepping it back, opening it up into your warrior two. I think I said warrior one. We came through warrior three to come into warrior two. Inhaling for one. Exhaling for one. Again, remembering to take that block if you need it. We're shifting into our half moon. Right hand comes to the right hip. Body shifts forward over that left leg. Opening that hip up to the sky. Possibly lifting that right arm up. Just here for a breath. And exhale. Slowly releasing both hands back down to the ground. Releasing that right leg back down to the ground. We're in our low lunge. And all we're doing is rotating to the back of the mat. We're coming into that half split. So dropping your left knee, dropping your hip or keeping it in line with your knee. Straighten through that right leg. Inhale, lengthen the crown of the head, lengthen the spine. Exhale, forward fold. We've got 2 breaths here, remember. Inhaling for 1. Exhaling for 1. Inhaling for 2. Exhaling for 2. Inhale, rebend that right knee, shifting your body weight forward, picking that left knee back up off the ground. We're stepping our right foot back to meet our left. Coming through our vinyasa, high to low plank. Squeeze those elbows in. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Look to the front of the mat, bend your knees, step floater, hop yourself forward. Inhaling right away into chair. Exhale to ground. From here, we're taking our variation. If you want to take that variation, but first, we're gonna go ahead and take a twist to the left on the exhale. Inhale it back up to chair, hips stay back. Exhale to the right. Inhaling it back up into chair. Now from here, remember you're either taking your malasana or you're taking your crow. So malasana, step out wide, dropping the hips. Crowers, we're starting in chair, we're dropping our hands down, planting them, strong hands, lift those knees, tuck them into your armpits or upper arms, and we're shifting forward. Crown of the head doesn't go down, it goes toward that far wall. We're just here for 2 more breaths, wherever you are. And final inhale, final exhale. If you fell out, that's fine, get back in, that's normal. From here, we're taking our hands, I'm coming from Malasana because it's where we're all gonna end up, down in this squatted position, planting your hands, lifting your hips, walking your toes back together, big toes to touch, little gap in the ankle, inhaling back into chair, excuse me, exhaling to twist to the left. You can stay here with hands together, make sure your knees are lined up, or you can inhale, yawn your arms open, shifting the weight to that left foot. We're coming through this twisted warrior 3 this time so that we can shift into our warrior 2. Slowly release that right leg back. Inhaling into a high lunge. Exhale, you're in your warrior 2. Awesome, you did it. We're just here for a breath. So we exhale to ground and then we inhale to start our breath. Shoulders down the back, right, left, buttocks is tucking in. We've exhaled. Now we're shifting into our half moon. So taking that left hand a little in front of and to the side of that left foot, shifting your weight forward, right hand to right hip. You can do a little hop like I just did, or you don't have to. Most of the time, balance is better when you're not talking while you do it. We're just here for this one breath. And exhale. Release both hands to the ground. Slowly step that right foot down. And all we're doing is pivoting to the front of the mat. From here, we're taking that open hip. So go ahead and step your right foot back into your downward facing dog. We're lifting that left leg up, 3-legged dog. And then we're gonna open the hip. So bend the knee, rotate your hip over to the side, looking under your right armpit this time. If you wanna take it farther into Wild Thing, go ahead and do it. Dropping that left ball of the foot behind the right leg, pressing the hips up. Press, 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 press. Releasing that left arm over that left ear. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. As you exhale, go ahead and release your left arm back down, lifting your left leg back into that 3-legged dog, and then step down, downward facing dog. We're gonna come through our vinyasa. Shift your body forward, high plank to low plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. So we're there. We're halfway there. All we've got to do is one more round around the mat, and we're done. So from here, looking to the front of the mat, bend your knees, step floater, hop yourself forward. Inhale to chair. We're just here for one breath. Exhale to ground. Inhale for one. Exhale for one. Take your hands to heart center. We're shifting to the right side of the foot. The weight to the right foot. Stepping through that warrior three into our warrior two. Ground through this warrior two. On your next inhale, we're going to take the variation. This time it's going to be triangle. So we're inhaling, straightening through our front right foot, exhaling as we extend our body over that right leg, reaching for the far wall of our body forward, and then folding yourself so the back of the right hand comes to the inside of the right ankle. The left arm draws you up. This is not a loose, limp arm. Strong arm here. You can take a bind. Go ahead and grab your thigh with your left hand, grabbing your right thigh with your left hand. We've got two more breaths here. Well, for one more breath here now. Inhaling for one. Make sure you rotate that body. Chest rotates up to the sky. Exhale for one. Inhale your body back up to standing. Exhale to rebend that knee, and we're shifting forward to our half moon. So right hand comes forward. You can keep your left arm lifted like I do. I think it helps my balance. Or you can keep that left hand to that left hip. Make sure you're peeling open. We're exhaling for our final exhale here. Releasing your hands down to the ground, releasing that left foot back. All we're doing is pivoting to the back side of the mat. Let's take a nice skandasana. So extend that right leg out, pressing the sitting bones down to the mat. They don't have to touch. Mine don't even come close. Pressing ourselves down, extending through the crown of the head. Hands should be at heart center. Go ahead and rotate yourself to the front of the mat. We're coming through our vinyasa. Step the left foot back, high plank to low plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Look to the front of the mat. Step floater, hop yourself up. Inhale to chair. Exhale to ground. Just here for one breath. Inhale for one. Squeeze those thighs together. Press the hips back. Exhale for one. Releasing our hands to heart center. Coming through that warrior three transition. Shift the weight to the right foot. Extend the left leg back. Step that left leg back. Inhaling into our warrior two. Exhale to ground. Inhale for one. Exhale for one. Now from here, we're going to shift ourselves into a high lunge. So inhale into your high lunge. You can continue to go into your half moon, or you can come with me and we can take standing split. So both hands come either side of that right foot, and we lift, strong left leg, strong right leg too, lifting that left leg up to the sky. Inhale, lengthen your spine, so we're kind of in a warrior three, touching the ground. Exhale, fold your upper body over that right leg. You can grab the back of your right heel if it feels good. Working a little bit on the balance, using it as resistance. Extend, squeezing both the right glute and the left glute. They both work to extend this pose as long and tall as you can. We've only got one more breath here. This does not have to be 180 degrees. I'm nowhere near it. But you're using your glutes. You're extending. Okay, let's release it. Left leg comes back down to the ground. We are rotating ourselves just to the front of the mat. Step your left foot back to meet your right, coming through your vinyasa. We're not doing anything in the middle. Exhale, down dog. You did it. You did the right side. All we've got is one more on the left side and, well, front and back on the left side. But that's it. We're done. So we are looking to the front of the mat, bending our knees. Step floater, hop forward. Inhale into chair. Exhale to ground. It's only one breath here. You know this. Inhale for one. Press those hips back. Exhale for one. Hands come to heart center. Shifting the weight to the left foot. We're coming through that warrior three transition. Right foot lifts, long and strong. Release the right foot back. Inhale yourself into a warrior two. Exhale to ground. You know what's coming. Inhaling, you're straightening through that left leg, coming into triangle. Exhale, reach for that far wall. Reach, reach, reach. So you extend that upper body more than folding it. Then you fold it from the hip. Left hand, back of the left hand comes to the back of the left ankle. You can stay here or you can take the bind. You can take a little bend in your knee to help you grab those trousers, that inner thigh, whatever you grab there. And then re-straighten it. We're here for two more breaths. Inhaling for one. Exhaling for one. Inhale for two. Rotate that chest up. Exhale for two. Inhale yourself back up to standing, releasing the bind if you took it. Exhaling, rebending that knee. We're coming into our half moon, shifting our body weight over that left leg. Bouncing your foot if you need to, gently. Opening the right hip. Extending that right arm up to the sky if it feels good. We're just here for one breath, inhaling for one. Exhaling for one. Releasing both hands either side of that left foot. Stepping the right foot back, staying low, transitioning to the back of the mat. From here, from here, plant both hands either side of that right foot. We're stepping our right foot back to meet our left, coming through our vinyasa. High to low plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. We took a skandasana on the other side. We're going to go ahead and take that skandasana, but after. So we're in our down facing dog, looking forward, bending our knees, step floater, hop ourselves forward. Inhale into chair. Exhale to ground. Inhale for one. Exhale for one. Taking the hands to heart center, shifting your body weight to that left leg, inhaling ourselves into our warrior three. Exhale, release that right leg back. Inhale yourself into warrior two. Exhale to ground. Inhale for one. Exhale for one. I am sweating. I hope you are too. From here, if you're taking half moon, go ahead and shift yourself forward. If not, you're coming into a high lunge. Releasing your hands either side of that left foot. And then shifting your body weight forward, lifting that right leg off the ground. Take an inhale to lengthen, extend the crown of the head long. Exhale, forward fold. Walking your hands back, lifting, squeezing the right and the left glute to lift your leg up to the sky. You might want to grab behind that left foot, using it to lever yourself forward. One more breath here, I think. Inhaling for 1. Exhaling for 1. Releasing that right leg back. I lost an earbud. Stepping into our low lunge. We're rotating ourselves back to the front of the mat. We're going to take a little skandasana, bending our right knee, pressing our tailbone down, extending through that left leg. Go ahead and take with me. We're going to lift our body up and switch to the other side, taking skandasana with that right leg extended again. We're just here because we took those standing splits. It feels good to take an extra skandasana, at least for me, when we've taken a standing split. Plant your hands, lift yourself up. We're going to take skandasana just so that we can rotate ourselves to the front of the mat. Stepping our right foot back to meet the left, planting those hands coming through our vinyasa. Squeeze the elbows in. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. You did it. That's the mandala. From here, all I want you to do is drop your knees. Sit your hips back just for a second. We're coming into Vajrasana. Hands on the thighs, taking 1 or 2 breaths here. And exhale. Let's go ahead and take an Ustrasana, camel. We've done a couple of back bends if you went ahead and took that wild thing, but it's always good to add 1 or 2 more. Taking your fists or the heels of your hands to your lower back, squeezing the elbows in. As you squeeze the elbows in, feel the chest open. As you inhale, you lengthen the tailbone down using those fists or the heels of the hands, pressing them down and lifting the chest. The lift of the chest helps to extend the thoracic spine. Pressing the sacrum down helps to extend the lower spine. Slowly, lumbar spine. Slowly, you are going to release back, keeping your hips over your knees. You can release your hands to your heels if that feels good, but make sure if your hips move, they readjust over those knees. 1 more breath here. Inhaling for 1. Exhaling for 1. On your next inhale, take your hands to your lower back, lifting yourself back up again. We're going to take 1 more breath in Vajrasana. So hips come back to the heels. Inhaling for 1. Exhaling for 1. Go ahead and take your hips either side of your heels. It doesn't matter. 1 second. Yes. It's holiday break here, so kids are out of school again. Not that they've been in school a whole lot. We're coming into Paschimottanasana. So we are straightening our legs, flexing our feet, pinky toes pull back. Inhaling your arms up to the sky, lengthening the spine. Exhaling, forward fold. Try and make the connection with the hands of the feet and the hands, palms of the hands, soles of the feet. Why is that so difficult for me? Bending your knees as much as you need to if you want. You could also use a strap. And I know that's not the palms of your hands, but it would work perfectly well. So inhaling, lengthening, shoulders down the back. Exhaling, folding. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and fold. Make sure those pinky toes pull back towards your body as you flex your feet. Final breath here. Exhale, use those thighs to draw your body toward your legs. Inhale, straight long spine. Come back up to your nice seated position. We're going to take Ardha Matsyendrasana today. So we're going to bend our knees in, You're going to take your left, you can either leave your left foot out, or you can tuck your left foot, your left heel in towards your right sitting bone. And then we're going to take our right foot either over that extended leg or over your bent knee. Again, inhaling ourselves up to the sky, lengthen that spine, then take the left elbow, twisting it round to hook onto that right knee. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to twist this time. Try not to strain your neck. Try and keep your chin kind of in line with your chest. Inhaling to lengthen. Exhaling to twist. One more breath here. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to twist. Go ahead and take an inhale as you reverse counter twist. Exhale. I like to bend a little bit. Take a nice counter twist. And then inhale yourself back. You can do a neat little lift your hips and twist yourself around thing. If you know that, if you like it, go ahead. I'm just going to unravel my legs. Take my right heel to my left sitting bone, or you can extend that right leg, and then take that left foot over that right leg or right knee. Same thing, other side. Inhaling ourselves up to the sky. Exhale, right elbow comes to the outside of the left knee this time. Left hand comes as close to the tailbone as you can get it. Inhaling to lengthen, shoulders down the back. Exhale to twist. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to twist. Fidget, wiggle. I know people tell you not to do it, but make this the right pose for you. Make it comfortable for you. We're going to take an extra breath because I talked. So inhale for one. Exhale for twisting. Inhale yourself back to center as you exhale and take the counter twist. Oh, everything crunched as I did that. It's probably a good sign, right? We're coming back to center. We're going to unravel our legs. And because I have so much tightness, I like to take that Tadasana almost every time. So we're going to do it one more time. Taking the soles of the feet together, we've got this nice long diamond shape. We're taking our hands to our ankles, to the feet as we get there, or we're keeping our hands on our ankles and pressing our knees down with our elbows. Wherever you are, whatever feels good, or you stay here. We're inhaling to lengthen. Exhale, we're walking our hands forward to whatever position you chose for you today. Inhale to lengthen. Exhaling, fold. Same thing as always. Keeping that spine long, trying to get our forehead down to our heels. Inhaling to lengthen. Exhaling to fold. One more breath here. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold. Keeping that spine long. Inhale yourself back up to a nice seated position. We're going to take our final inversions, our final back bends. So we've got a wheel or a bridge, whatever you're feeling like today. You're going to come onto your back and set yourself up so the soles of the feet touch the ground. Fingertips come grazing the back of the heel. Today I'm going to come up into that day, that moment. If you're in bridge, you're staying here. If you're coming into wheel, you're placing your hands either side of the ears. You might want to turn your fingers out just a tiny bit because it helps your elbows squeeze in more. Releasing, everybody's releasing, releasing, releasing. And as you inhale, you lift the hips up to the sky, coming as into whatever pose you wanted to come into. We've got 3 breaths here, so you're inhaling for 1, exhale for 1, inhale for 2, exhale for 2, inhale for 3, Exhale for 3. To release, whether you're in bridge or wheel, you're taking it as slowly as you can. So wheelers, tuck your chin under. Upper back releases, middle back releases, lower back slowly releases. Go ahead and take a tuck just to reverse that action we just did on our backs. From here, you're going to take whatever inversion you want to take. So we've got, if you wanted to take a handstand, go for it. We've got headstand, we've got shoulder stand, we've got halasana, plow pose, or you can stay here, Viprichakrani, legs up an imaginary wall, hands either side of your legs. This is an inversion and it is great, especially if you're close to the end of the night. If not, I'm going to go into plow. It's one of my favorites. I tend to go into it a lot. So we're releasing, if you're with me, we're releasing our toes above our head. If you're taking shoulder stand, you're coming through plow pose. So you can take your hands to your back if that feels good, or you can release your hands either side of your body, whatever you prefer. Right now, my feet are off the ground, but you can touch the ground ideally, eventually. We're just here for one more breath wherever you are. Take the pose that feels good to you. For me right now, feet off the ground is the right way to go. And release that breath. If you came through a headstand or a handstand, make sure to take your child's pose. If you're in shoulder stand, you're coming through halasana, meeting us here. And then everybody who stayed in halasana is going to slowly, keeping your thighs as close to your belly as possible, release yourself down, meeting anyone in Viprichakrani. And then we're all slowly lowering our legs down to the ground. We've got one final twist here, and then it's Shavasana. So we're going to take twisted roots. Right leg comes over the left, one wrap or two, doesn't matter, whatever feels better. Pressing through that left heel to shift the hips slightly to the right. Go ahead and drop your knees to the left. Arms can extend out to the side, or they can cactus. Try to take 3 breaths here in your own time. That's 2 for me. You can keep your eyes open or closed, whatever feels better. When you're ready, shift your knees back to center, realign your hips, unravel your legs to re-ravel your legs. This time, left leg comes over the right leg. Press through that right heel to shift the hips to the left a little bit, and then drop the knees to the right. 3 breaths here, same thing as last time, in your own time. That's 2 for me. Shift your knees back to center when you're ready. Realign those hips, slowly unravel, and we're going to have a quick Shavasana here. Inhaling and exhaling as you release what the practice you just did. And relaxing your body. Doing anything you need to come into a perfectly or close to perfectly relaxed state. Covering yourself up, taking a body scan from the toes to the middle body to the head, making sure all tension is completely released. Take these few seconds to help your body learn how to relax on command. Letting your body take over your breath, breathing for you however it feels it needs to, not controlling any breath or any muscles any longer. Letting your body melt into the mat. Completely release into the mat. Just a few more seconds here. It's a short shavasana, but if you want to stay, feel free to turn me off. Stay as long as you want to. When you're ready, go ahead and move the fingers and the toes. Start to bring a little movement into the wrists and the ankles. Maybe follow it up with a nice good morning stretch, taking the hands over the head, stretching your body long. If it feels good, take yourself into a nice little tuck. Take a roll to the right side or the left side, whichever feels more intuitive to you. Take one breath here before you use your hand to press your body up, coming into a nice, comfortable seated position. Hands come to heart center. Take a nice big inhale. On the exhale, take your thumb knuckles to your forehead and go ahead and fold over your legs, however far feels comfortable for you. Open your eyes. Take a minute here to thank yourself, thank your body for the work it just did, and for showing up on the mat. Hopefully, you feel better than when you arrived. Thank you so much for joining me. I felt that I definitely needed that practice, especially since I have a long spring break week ahead of me. So I hope you have a fantastic week. I'll see you again on Friday instead of Wednesday for another shorter practice, and we will have posted videos in case you wanted to do that Wednesday practice. Thanks and have a great week.